Hi students, welcome to another session. So far we are dealing with Unit 4, that is human development. And we have seen the meaning of development and similar meanings related to growth, evolution, maturation, etc. And we are seeing different stages in human development, that is infancy, childhood and adolescence. Today we will see another stage of human development, that is adulthood, and also there is the last stage, that is old age and death, or end of the human development, you can say. So let us start with the session. So adulthood and old age. So what is there in this adulthood and old age? In infancy, there is some dependency. In during the childhood, there is physical development, cognitive development, social connectional developments, etc. We have seen in each stage, and even the adolescence has some transformational change, self-development, etc. All these were discussed in the earlier stages. Then, what is adulthood? In simple way, we can understand that adulthood is a stage where an individual gets some stability in terms of physical and mental state, that is the self development. These are all comes to a certain standard. A period of 20 to 30 years, these will be these uh, developmental changes will be accommodating with the individual, that is the age around 60 years. So who is an adult? An adult can be uh, of age 21 or above, or according to the um, the changes which has happened, the standard changes, the physical way or the biological development. So, what is there? The real meaning of adulthood? An adult is generally defined as someone who is responsible, mature, self supporting, well integrated into society. Means what it is, who is responsible of his actions. Mature means it is developed decision or experienced. Self supporting means it is capability. Well integrated into it is the social support. There is a variation in developing these attributes, which suggests that there is a shift in timing when an individual becomes an adult or assumes adult roles. This also happens in the adolescence, but it is a stage in the initial stage of after these adolescent stage, one becomes adult. Some people take up jobs along with their college studies, or may get married, not pursue. Others may continue to live with their parents even after getting married and being financially independent. Means some people migrate. In the unit 3, I remember it is about the migration or social factors which influence the individual to move from one place to another place, right? So in that way, the assumption of adult roles is directed by the individual's social context. The best time for some of the most important life events, that is marriage, job, and having children, might be quite different in different cultures, but within a culture, there is similarity in the course of adult development. Though there are cultural differences, religious differences, demographic differences, etc. And even there are some individual differences. At the common term is human being. It is adult. All these in a similar manner. These things will be similar happen in a similar manner. Any person generally, most of the people around these ages like 20 to 40 years, they marry, have children, having a living. Either they live with parents or they uh, they become independent and having a family outside their parents or etc. This is all happens similar in every stage of adult. In early adulthood, two major tasks are exploring the possibilities for adult living and developing a stable life structure. What are the two major tasks? Possibilities of living, like having basic needs, having a job, food, shelter, etc. Stable life structure is that stabilizing these continuous income, having a continuous and stable income, a good living conditions, having good food, etc., and having a family, all these things can be termed as a good life. The 20s represent the novice phase, the new, unexperienced. It is entirely a new experience of adult development. Like, right? Because this type of phase is not experienced by particular individual, though he may have got information. He will not have any idea about what is going to happen. Gradually, a transition from dependence to independence should occur. In the earlier, we discussed in the adolescent, like he is both dependent and independent. But as an adult, we should be independent of taking decisions, independent of living, independent of having earning capability. Though it is having like help or social or emotional dependence, but we should have our independent living. We should have a capability. This could be marked by an image of kind of life the young persons wants, especially in terms of marriage and career. Some people will have dreams like I want to have a family in a metro city with these type of living conditions, and these are my career plans for these types. Like, oh, I want a 1 billion of money. I want to do a software engineer, be a doctor, be a white collar job, be a pilot, etc. You will have dreams, achieving them and having a good family structure is one that is responsible. Career and work. Earning a living, choosing an occupation, and developing a career. In the earlier, we have checked with two important aspects is like career and family, and then now it is like choosing an occupation which is suitable for you and developing a career in that or important of the people in 20s and 30s. Either it can happen in both the ways. Entering work life is a challenging event in anyone's life. There are apprehensions regarding different adjustments, proving one's competence, performance, dealing with competition, and coping with expectations both of the employers and oneself. Means it is an adjustment of the individual with the company or the organization or the institution. It is also the beginning of new roles and responsibilities. It is not only in the career, it is in the even also the personal life. Even see, for an adolescent, for a college going student, it is from a school to a college, right? It is the transformative stage. Developing and evaluating career becomes an important task of adulthood. Means from one stage to another, according to the needs, we have to develop the career and fulfill the needs. And it is also taking uh, the new roles and responsibilities. And then, so next is that marriage. Let me check. Yeah, this is completed, right? So marriage, parenthood, and family. So being an adult, having a career, and then having a stable income would the generally it is about the reproduction. It is about reproduction, reproduce. As we are biological or biological things, there are biological needs such as reproduction for the survival of the human beings. In that process, on social conditions, we created some, uh, you can say, a system, social systems. Like marriage is one part of it, parenthood, it is about the responsibility, family is about responsibility. The adjustment that young adults have to make when entering a marriage relate to knowing the other person if not known earlier, coping with each other's like, dislikes, tastes, and choices. This is like inviting. Uh, as we are different from animals, it is not a day's journey or anything else. Like as a human being, as we have established this social system of marriage, uh, it is like monogamy. It is monogamy means only one to one relationship like you have generally these human beings are in the social system travel with only one person. So that one person we have to know their likes, dislike, tastes and choices and journey together, creating having parenthood and creating a family with that person. So you have to have an understanding, good understanding about the other person. If both partners, that is the parents or you can call the partners before becoming parents, are working, adjustments are required regarding sharing and performing roles and responsibilities. It is about sharing things about their work. Even there are different timings in their work culture. In addition to getting married, becoming a parent can be difficult and stressful transition in young adults, even though it is usually accompanied by a feeling of love for the baby. It is love for the baby, and there are stressful transitions like the physical transformation of the woman, the financial aspects in terms of man, and protection. It is about the protection. Even for the female, it is about the protection, safety of the child. And all these become stressful events. How adult experience parenting is affected by different situations such as number of children in the family, the availability of social support, like you can say family support from both the parents or the grandparents, and the happiness and or unhappiness of the married couple. Some people may not have children at the right time, or some financial aspects will be disturbing. Most of the things are financial aspects or these parenthood. These are the major causes which will lead to different mm, disputes in the marriage. On the other hand, there are some other rare facts, but as of it, major causes of financial or these parenthood difficulties. So next to it, a death of a spouse or divorce creates a family structure in which a single parent, either the mother or the father, has to take up the responsibility of the children. So death of a spouse or divorce. Unfortunately, there, as discussed, is it is a one-to-one relationship. There can, even though there is a good understanding or some misunderstanding, any of this can happen. Either death of an event it can happen, and divorce, it is an expected event from the both. It is a mutual concern. So both the things can happen, and the others become a single parent, and this will add up their responsibility. In recent times, women are increasingly seeking employment outside the home, thus creating another type of family in which both parents work. Both parents work, whereas the children get very less time with the parents. The stressors when both parents are working are quite the same as of single working parent, namely taking care of children, their schoolwork, illness, coping with the workload at home, daily chores that is cleaning home, fooding, preparing food, etc., and in the office, etc., balancing professional and personal life. Despite the stresses associated with parenting, it provides a unique opportunity for growth and satisfaction, and is perceived as a way of establishing concern and guiding the next generation. So, in spite of all these things, parenthood, children, having children, being a single parent, balancing the work and all these things will be happening at some point, and then it is about motivating the next generation. These children will grow, right? And this will go into that. And Erickson, there are Erickson stages, which you can see and have a good idea about it. Okay. Next, physical changes during middle ages are caused by maturational changes in the body. Physical changes in the middle age, like during 35 or between 35 to 50, you can say, though individuals may vary in rate at which these changes occur, almost all middle-aged people notice gradual deterioration in some aspects of their physical functioning, such as decline in vision, sensitivity to glare, like shine, sunlight or lights, hearing loss, changes in physical appearance, wrinkles, gray hair, thinning of hair, weight gain, etc. Yep, that can happen in both the worlds. Do cognitive. This is all happens because of hormonal changes. In adolescence, they are aggressive. From at some after 20 years, there is a decline of these hormones, chemicals in the body, and there these changes occur. Do cognitive abilities change during adulthood? Do they change? Yes, may change. It is believed that some cognitive abilities decline with age while others do not. Some people may the thinking capabilities, the memory aspects. Let us see what is there. Decline in memory is more in tasks involving long-term memory than short-term memory. The long-term memory is most affected. For example, a middle-aged person can remember the telephone number immediately after she or he has heard it, but may not remember it so efficiently after a few days. Memory tends to show greater decline while wisdom may improve. Memory may decline, but wisdom, the way we act, react to the situations, do change with the time, with the age and experience. Remember that individual differences exist in intelligence at every age. Even it is not only the uh, individual, it is about like during the childhood we have differences, during the adolescent we have differences. It continues to have individual differences. Better we accept that every individual is unique and having different conditions of development. As not all children are exceptional, neither do all adults show wisdom. All adults show wisdom. This is another one we have to notice. So next to it is old age. Just when old age begins is not easy to determine. Traditionally, the age of retirement was linked to old age. Generally, it is linked to old age. Now that people are living longer, age of retiring from work is changing, and the cutoff point for definition of old age is also moving upward. Some people may say it is 50, it is 55, 58, 60, 65, 70, etc. But it is the voltage is that your capabilities regarding the physical functioning and mental functioning, the healthiness. Some of the challenges with aged have to cope with individual include retirement. Retirement is one such of taking a job. Widowhood, it is about single becoming a single person. Illness, health issues, death in the family, like in the partner or a child, etc. All these become challenges of old age. In the adult sense, we have challenges such as delinquency, eating disorders, substance abuse, etc. For old age, even the adulthood, there are challenges like losing one's own career, spouse, etc. These are the challenges. You have to make a point about that. Is about the challenges. The image of old age is changing in certain ways. Now there are people who have crossed 70 years of age or so and are quite active, energetic, and creative. That's what discussed in the age group. Like some people above 50 or 70, that can be. It becomes a different in different conditions. They are competent and are therefore valued by society in many walks of life. In particular, we have aged people in politics, literature, business, art, or science and science. The myth of old age as an incapacitating and therefore frightening phase of life is changing. The myth of old age as an incapacitating, like as discussed, by above 60 you should stop working. Like by above 60 you should retire. For an age in India, it is like 60 or 58 is the one where a person retires. There are challenges. You become your income becomes low, you have to become a dependent, socially inactive. All these will be the challenges in old age. Of course, the experience of old age also depends on the socio-economic conditions. Yes, this is also one of the important point where the economic conditions decides the old age. Availability of healthcare, attitudes of people, expectations of society, and available support system. Economic conditions and available support system. Whom we are being taken care. There is a pension system or healthcare facilities provided. Work is most important during early adult years, then family becomes most important. Beyond that, health becomes most important issues in person's life. What is in the adulthood? What becomes? It is the job, the career. After the career, it is family, work, family, and health. During what? During the adult years. Then after old age, it is health and also the support system. Clearly, successful aging for much of our adult life focuses on how effective we are at work, how loving our relationships are in our family, how good our friendships are, how healthy we are, and how cognitively fit we are. Cognitively fit means memory, thinking, language, all these abilities, recall, recognition, all these are part of cognitive functions. These, this one slide has many important points you have to check this old age. This is a very challenging age, and this is also one of the transformative age from adulthood to the stage where we end up life. Retirement from active vocational life is quite significant. Some people perceive retirement as a negative change. It is also losing someone, that is a decline of income. They consider it as a separation from an important source of satisfaction and self esteem. Like losing a role, like having a job, etc., and transforming from the retirement is also a very stressful situation to any individual. Others view it as a shift in life with more time to pursue their own interests. Some people will have dissatisfaction, some people will have time to pursue own interests. Some people take it as a positive change, some people will take it as a negative change. It is seen that older adults who show openness to new experiences, more striving and achievement oriented behavior, prefer to keep busy and are better adjusted. It is seen that it is seen that these changes, we should be accepting to new experiences. This is the most important point at any stage during the childhood, adolescent, adulthood, or the old age. You have to accept the change and cope up with the change. Cope up with the change. So older adults in old age, let me take, so I think this is the slide which we have to discuss. Older adults also need to adjust to changes in the family structure and the new roles, grandparenting, that have to be learned. Till then, they are parents. Now they are grandparents. Children usually are busy in their careers and families and may set up independent homes. Older adults may depend on their children for financial support and to overcome their loneliness. As discussed, it is financial support and loneliness. After children have moved out, this might trigger off feelings of hopelessness and depression in some people. So these are the challenges which we have to discuss in old age. In old age, feeling of loss of energy and dwindling of health and financial assets lead to insecurity and dependency. That's what we discussed. These things, let us see the challenges. How many challenges are happening during the adulthood to old age? This is a very important period where we have to take it. The elderly tend to look towards others to lean on and to care for them. Indian culture favors dependency of elderly on their children for old age needs caring. In fact, parents in most Oriental cultures rear the children with the fond hope that they will care of them during the old age. In Western countries, generally after becoming 18 or becoming an adult, they will move out of the home and they do not have any connections. But in India, a culture like India, this is like having a joint connections, caring parents, taking responsibility, etc. It is important to give the elderly a sense of security. It is not loneliness, it is about security, belonging, a feeling that people care for them, especially in the time of crisis. And to remember that we all have to grow old one day. We also have to remember that we all have to grow old one day. So we have to respect the age and experiences of the world. So let us see an activity. Interview people from three different stages of life. For example, 20 to 35. This is an adult age, a middle age, and old age. Talk to them about major transitions, transformations, major decisions like having a job, having a family, marriage, children, like career transition, etc. How they feel these transitions have affected them. Compare the events considered important in different groups. So you have three groups, discuss these changes, career, family, marriage, etc., and have your opinion. Okay. Although death is more, after the old age, it is death. Although death is more likely to occur in late adulthood, that can come at any point of development, whether a child, infant, child, adolescent, adult, and old age. Anything. The deaths, especially children and young adults, are often perceived to be more tragic those of others. In children and young adults, death is more likely to occur because of what? Accidents. This adolescent stage is more aggressive, more transformational, challenging, etc. But in older adults, it is more likely to occur because of chronic disease. The death of a spouse is usually seen as most difficult loss. Spouse is a partner. So those left behind after the death of the partner suffer deep grief, cope with loneliness, depression, financial loss, and also at risk of many health-related problems. As discussed, is one-to-one dependency in India, or a marriage is something a person with another person having a good understanding, having a long journey of life together, sharing things, taking care of children, responsibilities, etc. Widows by far outnumber widowers because studies show that women live longer than men and tend to marry men older than themselves. This is happening from ages and history that women will be younger and men will be little older, and women will be losing men and they will be living longer because of the strengths or experiences they get. During such time, support from children, grandchildren, friends can help individual cope with the loss of spouse. Who can help children, grandchildren, and friends? That is the social support system. That's what we discussed in there. So people in different cultures view death differently. In the grand culture in our, I think there is a spelling mistake there. Culture in our country, it is believed that death is caused by magic and demon. Means it is like some people believe that God, demon, some unfortune, fate, etc. All these things, the people in Tanala culture in Madagascar. Uh, okay, I think let me check and have this Gond culture, and there is a Tanala culture. So it's a Gond culture is that there is no culture uniformity among God. There is a culture you can check with this. It is like scheduled people, scheduled tribes. It is one of such. These Gond culture. Tanala culture in Madagascar, I think it is Africa. Natural forces are thought to cause death. Natural forces such as animals or wars, like diseases, etc. These are the cultures somewhere you have to get more knowledge on. Human development, as you have read in this chapter, thus helps you understand the influence of various factors, either social, natural, health, biological, demographical, geographical. There are many factors, industrial, organizational, in an individual's lifetime. So these are the things which you have to notice. So that's all for today. We have discussed adulthood and old age. What are the factors, challenges, career, marriage, retirement, financial conditions, all these things. Just go through, perform the activity. If you have any queries, write to me. And that's all this human development session is. We will meet in the next session with another chapter. Thank you so much. Have a great day.